No, you are not alone if you have wondered why some people become rich at a young age, perhaps in their late teens or early 20s, while others struggle to make ends meet until their late 50s. You'll discover what makes them millionaires in this video. The point is that some individuals believe they're not lucky enough to be rich, while others believe you've got to be born rich to be rich. Being rich, and being able to reach a point where money isn't a big deal for you, takes time, effort, and commitment, and this notion is completely wrong. In order to get there, you must also avoid costly mistakes when it comes to spending and investing money. In the end, it is all about being smart about how you earn your money. So in today's video, we are going to take a look at the 7 things rich people avoid, and you should too. So, if that sounds good to you, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get right into it. Number 1. Don't be fooled by marketing gimmicks. Marketing ploys are common in today's computerized society, where everyone can be reached through social media. And wealthy people avoid falling for it by researching and comparing prices. As we've said before, they recognize and appreciate good value, but they also look at the big picture and constantly measure the benefits of high quality against the costs of high quality. This suggests that you acquire this habit as well, as it will help you a lot in the future when you manage your finances, and every dollar becomes important to you. Start by researching and thinking about your savings before you make every purchase, no matter how expensive or cheap. But this does not mean that you have to buy the cheapest item every time you go shopping. Because by investing in a more expensive but well-made item that you will use for many years to come, you can save yourself the time and money you would otherwise spend repairing or replacing a poorly built product. Someone bought a laptop the other day that was expensive, but it was of good quality, even though others were considerably cheaper. Moreover, it seemed that this laptop had the best quality of all, so it wouldn't need to be repaired or traded anytime soon, saving money in the long run. Number 2. A house that is overpriced. It takes a lot of money when buying a house. Even if you have a lot of money, you shouldn't forget its value and simply spend it like when you spent your dimes on candy when you were 5. That is why the rich continue to search, despite the fact that their budget for the purchase of a home is much higher. Their goal is to feel like they're getting the most value for their money rather than feeling like they're being taken advantage of. They can spend millions if they want to, but they will try to negotiate the price the same way everyone else does. Let's see an example. Warren Buffett is the 3rd richest man on the planet according to News and World Report, but his main residence is the property he bought for $31.50 in 1958. Not surprising, considering what we just talked about. Number 3. Avoid savings accounts with low interest rates. We all appreciate the fact of keeping cash in savings accounts because it is safe and it earns interest every year, every month. It is not like this. The point is that these interests will never be more than pennies on the table. Look at this data. The national interest rate on savings accounts is a pitiful 0.06% in the United States, which is a far cry from the high-yield savings interest rates you might have. Therefore, you should consider your plan to save some more in your savings. Since savings accounts that are not linked to a bank account receive little interest. High-yield savings accounts can be found if you explore outside the usual banking environment, given that they have no minimal administrative expenses. Online banks, for example, usually offer the highest rates of return on their investments. So if you want to increase your wealth by making good financial decisions, consult the numerous alternatives of online savings accounts that you have at your disposal. On the other hand, consider process automation as it can be a cost-effective savings method. David Bark, author of The Automatic Millionaire, recommended sending the money directly to a high-interest savings account before it reaches you in this way. You will not have the opportunity to question or ruin your savings strategy. Sounds pretty smart if you ask me. Number 4. They do not intend to outperform the competition. Eric Schmidt, billionaire and former CEO of Google, believes that short-term trading, also known as buying and selling stocks based on daily market movements, will not make you. He always thinks in long-term terms and never seeks to outperform the market. Also, Warren Buffett is adamant about using a long-term plan. The billionaire spoke on CNBC to explain why long-term investment techniques like index funds have stood the test of time. If this sounds too confusing, imagine he has $1 to invest in stocks instead of investing that $1 in a company and trading the stock the next day, which by the way can lead to many losses. What you should do is spread that $1 evenly across 100 top performing companies in your country. That's what we call index funds. Number 5. Avoid extravagant inheritance. When it comes to expenses like tuition and housing, financially prosperous families are often in a position to lend a helping hand. Younger generations. However, it has been found that only 18% of well-off parents plan to fully cover their children's rent and 14% plan to pay for their children's housing. So for the most part, supporting your children for the rest of their lives is not something the rich do. Many millionaires have openly said that they want to give a large sum of money to charity instead of keeping it all in the family. This will most likely teach your kids the value of money, which is something they can really get when they live a much more comfortable life compared to others. Even Bill Gates has stated that he intends to donate the vast majority of his billions to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation rather than leave them to his 3 children. Number 6. Buy real estate. Warren Buffett, the billionaire investor, still resides in the Omaha, Nebraska house he bought for $31.50 in 1958. It cost him significantly more to save for his California vacation home in Laguna Beach, which he paid $150 for in 1971 for the 3,588 square foot property in the coastal community. If you made it this far, don't forget to like this video, and share it with the people you care about. Number 7. Avoid television and video games. Compared to their lower income counterparts, those who are financially successful spend substantially less time connected to their screens. According to a 2015 study, adults from families with annual incomes less than $25,000 spent majority of their time per month playing video games, compared to adults from households with annual incomes greater than $75,000. Surprisingly, families with lower income spent much more time and money per month watching live or recorded television. While households with higher incomes spent less time per month watching recorded live television in total, more or less, that's more than 3 episodes of your favorite anime on Netflix, than rich people could have dedicated to anything else with their time. That doesn't mean you can't have fun. But try not to get addicted to these series and video games. Trust me, I know how hooked you can get hooked on these things back in the days. And maybe you can learn a thing or two by observing the habits of highly productive people. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here, subscribe, and turn on your notifications, where you will learn everything there is to know about wealth, self-wealth, finance and investing in the stock market. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.